Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 7 of What If Naruto Had the Deadliest Bloodline. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Broken by the people that he loved, and enjoy that guys. And remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And if this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, 2.5 months has passed. Team 7 has been coming along quite well. Sakura felt useless, incredibly so, as she wasn't able to do much as Naruto had to stand by and get hurt, while she and Sasuke had to run. She had the chakra capacity for Genjutsu, and she found out the best Genjutsu mistress in the village, and that was Kurenai. After hearing her resolve, Kurenai was glad to take on a new student, given the fact that her student at the moment, none of them had the aptitude for Genjutsu. So she was glad to pass on her teachings, so Sakura started focusing on art, and the girl was a natural to it, giving her chakra reserves. Kakashi was helping her trying to boost her reserves and her stamina as well, but Kurenai was her main teacher when it comes towards Genjutsu. Sasuke on the other hand has picked up a rivalry with Naruto, and he was intensely training to make sure that he was a stronger one. But in this rivalry, there was also friendship. Team 7 had become a lot close after they all nearly died. Incredibly close. But for the last month and a half, Naruto hasn't been going on any missions with them. Well, in fact it was just a blood clone. Naruto was able to study the Phonjutsu book, so he was able to teleport right towards where his solar training ground was, inside the space and time Phonjutsu box. And here's the never knew. So for the past month and a half he has been training in there. He almost got killed twice with learning Phonjutsu. If it wasn't for the fox he would have surely died. Not to mention he also got some information from the fox, as Naruto found out that he was the one that killed his parents. He was angry. Yes he was. But a part of him also understand. Being locked away for so long, who wouldn't be angry? And yet there was a part of it that the fox was not telling him. The fox almost seemed ashamed of telling him a part of it. But Naruto made the deal with the fox to release him once he was able to fully adapt to Phonjutsu, as long as he helped him with his power, so he can kill Natsu. Naruto has been having nightmares about that ever since he was drowned in that water. He wake up at night screaming in cold sweat. He felt humiliated, ashamed, and he was gonna have his revenge. He was angry yet, given his calm demeanor, he never let it show. His blood clone came back and the blood clone met Jiraiya, as it sent back the information back to the original. He could only make 2 of them, and they were proving quite great asset in this. As Naruto went home, when he opened his fridge with that seal, there was a lot of blood bags inside. It happened recently, and he couldn't stop it anymore. He couldn't deny the fact that he was changing. Feasting on human blood was becoming a necessity to him, not to mention it made him a lot stronger, more enhanced and powerful. Soon enough it was time for Chunin exams, as Naruto found someone in the village, a woman from Kumo who seemed lost. But then this arrogant guy came. He refused to say his name, but he said his title. He was a son of the Hokage. Naruto could handle people talking about him in bad ways, but when it comes towards his friends, well, as he narrowed his eyes towards the Hokage's son, threatened to kill him if he ever touched Sasuke. Although Sasuke said that he could handle his own, but he would not stand around and let this guy belittle Naruto. It doesn't matter who he was. So yeah guys, that's basically that's what I left off. You guys can Switch across the place, check for yourself. So would you say begin this new episode? It was currently midday in Konoha, as Naruto sat in Training Ground 7. The team had just split up. Kakashi informed them that he had nominated them all for Chunin exams. Well, it was to be expected after all. Their good mission report so far. Naruto had his eyes closed. His legs were folded. He could hear everything. He could hear the heartbeats of the animals around him. The tiniest insect he could hear. The noise all around the forest. His hearing had became so enhanced. It was really hard for someone to sneak up on him. They had to be a master at stealth. But still, the person had to completely seal himself off, including their heartbeat. That is why, the moment Naruto felt someone arrive, he heard it. Their heartbeat beating gently. The person was calm, not in a rush. As they watched him, "I know you're there. Come out," said Naruto. Slowly but surely the person emerged from the tree branch that they were hiding behind. "I must say, Sensei told me that you were quite skilled, but to pick me up even though I was trying to hide myself. I'm impressed, kid," said Jiraiya as he walked out in the clearing. As Naruto looked towards the man, he had a smile on his face, a very jovial smile. Jiraiya looked down towards the boy. He couldn't really tell much. One say that the eyes were a gateway towards the soul. For to read person expressions, you had to see their eyes. But yet, Naruto's eyes were being shielded by his hair. "Your sensei? Oh, you mean the Hokage?" said Naruto. "Yeah, that's right," said Jiraiya. "So what are you doing out here, kid?" Jiraiya asked. "I should be the one asking you that," said Naruto. "It's rare that you find Jiraiya the legendary Sannin in the village. Well, that you find any of the Sannins. Heard that you were smart as well. I guess you asked the Hokage about me," said Naruto. "But why? I mean, I'm not anyone special. So why ask so much about me?" "Well, we both know that you're different from everyone else around here. And you are special." As Naruto looked down toward his stomach. "Yep," said Jiraiya. "What? No reaction that I know." "Why should I?" said Naruto. "If you did not know, it meant that you were a horrible shinobi." "What?" Jiraiya said. "I mean, you are a Sannin. You should know what is going on in the village. And if you didn't know who contained Nine-Tails Fox, you'd also be a sloppy spy master. So you know about that as well," said Jiraiya. "Yes," said Naruto. "If the old man hasn't told you, I do a lot of reading." "That's so," said Jiraiya. "Well, considering that you're approaching the art of Fuinjutsu, I'm not surprised. It's a quite complex, difficult art." "Well, my mother was a Uzumaki," said Naruto. "So the art shouldn't be that complex to me. I mean, it is in my blood, correct?" "I guess it is," said Jiraiya. "I am curious about something though," said Naruto. "What's that?" Jiraiya asked. "The old man told me that my mother and father passed in the Nine-Tails attack. But I can find no other record except for Kushina Uzumaki and Mito Uzumaki that was married to the first Hokage of the village. As the only two Uzumaki women that were here. I mean, some did come and pass through because of the alliance between Uzu and Konoha, but none of them ever stayed. So I'm quite curious," said Naruto. "Where exactly was I born? I mean, if I was born exactly on that night when the Nine-Tails attacked, and there was no other Uzumakis inside of Konoha, then where did I come from?" Naruto asked. "It surely makes you think about a lot of things." As Jiraiya was frozen. This kid. But Naruto then spoke once more. "So tell me, why are you here?" Naruto asked. As Jiraiya realized that Naruto went out of his way to skip over the question that would have surely got him some answers, but yet he didn't wait until Jiraiya said anything. "There must be a reason why you, of all people, are here." "Well, after seeing you at the office, I got interested," said Jiraiya. "I mean, there aren't many people studying Fuinjutsu, and if they are, they're just studying more like explosives and how to make them, not really going into the fine depth of Fuinjutsu. So I would like to know, what exactly do you know about it?" asked Jiraiya. "Oh, not much," said Naruto. "As you said, it's quite a complex art." "But how far are you?" said Jiraiya. I don't think I should tell you that, said Naruto. What do you mean by that? Jiraiya asks. What if one day we become enemies? I have to fight you. Jiraiya narrowed his eyes. And why would we become enemies? Asked Naruto chuckled. I'm joking, he said. I don't understand why people don't get my sense of humor. Well, because you're quite morbid, Jiraiya said. Huh, I guess you're right, said Naruto. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to get going. Tomorrow's the Chunin exams, and I have to be prepared. Well then, Jiraiya said, I wish you luck. Who knows, perhaps I'll even help you with your phone jutsu once this Chunin exams is over. As Naruto turned back, but Jiraiya was gone. As Naruto kept on walking, as Jiraiya watched the boy walk away. Moments later, Jiraiya stood in the office with Hiruzen. And how do you know that, Hiruzen asks? I don't, per se, but I believe that he knows more than he's letting on. You did tell me that he asked Kakashi if the fourth Hokage was his father. And what he told me today, it's like he knew everything, and yet he was seeing if I was going to tell him. But I didn't, said Jiraiya. So you believe he knew who his parents are? Yeah, said Jiraiya. And that he wants one of us to say it out loud. But he's not pushing us to do so. It would surely anger him, said Hiruzen. After all, I've spent all this time with him, and I never once thought about telling him who his parents actually are. Well, I got it worse, Jiraiya said. I am his godfather, but yet, I haven't told him a damn thing. Well, I'll speak to Kakashi about it. I won't use his time after the Chunin exams. First tests are over to train him, so we can get on better terms. Just in case when time comes for me to tell him. He doesn't hate me that much, Jiraiya said. Time skip. The next day, as Sakura and Sasuke stood right in front of the academy waiting. What's taking him? Sakura said. Sasuke turned his head. Here's a dope now, he said. As they saw Naruto walking along. What took you so long? Sakura asked. Sorry, I had got some final minutes preparation to handle, said Naruto. Fine, let's just go already, she said. We don't want to be late. And with that, Team 7 entered the academy. They made their way as they arrived towards the second floor. The instant they got up there, something's wrong, Sakura said, as she looked towards the door. This is the second floor, she said. As Sasuke narrowed his eyes. Genjutsu, he says. He looked towards the door. And these people know nothing, Sasuke said. I'll handle that. No, said Naruto. Huh? Don't get involved. If they can't pass a simple genjutsu like this, that means they're not ready for the real tests. Naruto is right, Sakura said. As Sasuke looked towards all the people there, he was just gonna do it to show how arrogant he was after all. To show them that they're not even worthy of taking him on if they can't see through a simple genjutsu. Tuh. Let's go then, he said, as the group started to walk again. Until someone was knocked right in front of them. The person came to a sliding stop. As Naruto looked down towards the person. As he looked so much like... The person flipped up as he got on his feet. Sorry about that, he said, as he focused back on the task of hand. With that, Team 7 kept on moving. As a boy, watch them leave. Lee, come on, said Tintin. We're done faking ignorance. It's about time that we go. Yeah, I'll catch up with you both in a minute. Where are you going? Said Neji. I'll be right back, said Lee as he quickly made his way off. Moments later as they were walking through the hallway. Stop right there, said a voice. As everyone came to a stop. As Naruto looked up, someone flipped off the balcony and landed right on his feet. I challenge you to a match, Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. And who are you? He said. I am Rock Lee, as he went into his fighting stance. Are you perhaps a student of my guide, Naruto asked. Yes, said Lee as he turned towards Naruto, as he was unsure who this was. As Sasuke chuckled. So you want to fight me, huh? Yes, I've heard about your talents, and I want to show you that hard work beats talents any day. Sasuke, I don't think that you should fight this guy, said Naruto. Huh? Why? Sasuke said. I'll mop the floor with him. No, you will lose. What? Sasuke said. But he doesn't look that strong, Naruto. Just kind of weird, said Sakura. Yes, but he's a student of my guy. And I assure you, when it comes towards taijutsu, Guy is even better than Kakashi. And I doubt that you win against his students. Your Sharingan won't help you here. His movements will be too fast. But if you still want to fight, let me fight him first, after all. You're always saying that you're stronger than me, so this can be a test. If he can't get past me, what would be the point of him going up against you? Sasuke smirked at that challenge. Alright, fine, he said. Hey, you have to fight Naruto first. If you do somehow manage to get past him, then I'll think about fighting you. You up to waste my time, said Lee, as he narrowed his eyes towards Naruto. I haven't heard of you before, but I'm sorry, but I will have to end this quickly. I appreciate that, said Naruto. Anytime you're ready. Lee came running forward as Naruto stood there. Lee kicked up his speed as he was in front of Naruto within seconds, ready to knock him away until their eyes met and the whole world went dark. Lee was confused. Had he gone blind? He slashed around, trying to feel for anything in his path, but he could not see anything. Everything was just dark. As Lee called out in the pitch black darkness, but there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, what did you do to him? Sakura asked. A nifty genjutsu I picked up, said Naruto. Genjutsu, she said. And what exactly is it? Sorry, it's only unique to my eyes, said Naruto. He made a mistake by looking into them. Well, if that was the point, I could have ended this within seconds, said Sasuke. I knew that, said Naruto. And I didn't want you to drag out the battle. So why didn't you say I couldn't beat him? Guess I just pulled one over on you. As Sasuke eye twitched, although on the inside Naruto knew that Sasuke would have lost. This guy, when it comes to our taijutsu, he would outpace Sasuke's Sharingan. As Naruto stepped forward and placed a hand on Lee's shoulder, Lee blinked as the world started to regain its light. He looked at Naruto confused. What just happened? He said. Sorry about that, said Naruto. But we must be going. As Lee was left there stunned, they arrived towards the door. Ah, so you all made it, said Kakashi. We knew of your little trick, Sensei. What do you mean? Said Kakashi as he looked towards Sakura. Well, we figured that if one of us hadn't showed up, saying that we're not ready for the exam, none of us would have been able to take it. That's correct, isn't it? Quite smart on your part. But let me guess, you're the one who figured this out, didn't you? Kakashi said, looking towards Naruto. Nope, said Naruto. All their ideas. And I bet you pushed them towards that idea, Kakashi thought to himself. But I'm glad that the three of you made it. Because you're right, said Kakashi. Now the three of you can participate. So what? Here to wish us good luck, Sasuke asked. In fact I am, said Kakashi. So good luck. And remember, stick together like you've been doing in the past. Teamwork always comes out on top. You guys go ahead, said Naruto. I want to talk to Kakashi about something. The both of them nodded as they made their way. So what is it, Naruto? Kakashi asked. When it comes towards Fuinjutsu, you would say that Jiraiya the Sannin is better than you. Well, unlike me, he's a seal master. So yes, said Kakashi. You wouldn't mind if he picked me up as a student. Did he say that? Asked Kakashi. Well, considering that he's shown some interest in my art, I believe that he will ask you soon. So if that happens, you wouldn't mind, right? Well, if you want to go off in studying that field, it will only help you become stronger, so I guess not, said Kakashi. Alright, said Naruto as he started to walk off. Kakashi narrowed his eyes. Jiraiya had indeed come to him and asked him about that. Once again, Naruto showed that he was much smarter than he was like none. Meanwhile, inside, a wave of killing intent, the moment the two of them stepped inside, was washed over them. Sasuke felt his hand twitching to go for a kunai. It wasn't as bad as what happened when they first met Zabuza, but it was bad. As he looked towards Sakura, who wasn't doing much better, every single person had focused their killing intent on them. As sweat ran down Sasuke's forehead. But he was Sasuke Uchiha, and he wasn't about to be undone by these people. He was about to release his own killing intent when he heard something snap as he turned to see Naruto standing there. Sakura felt all the killing intent vanish in a second, replaced with a new one that was aimed towards her. The ground under Naruto's feet had cracked. A malicious aura was being released from him. Yujito snapped her head towards the boy. Her third teammate, Akiko, looked on in shock as the Raikage's son lifted his head up from a table, looking over, where they felt the malicious feeling. Newly appointed Jennings started to drop like fly. Gaara narrowed his eyes to this power as his mother inside felt it. What the hell is this? This feels so much like as Timar turned towards Kankuro, who was sweating badly. Many of the new Genins wet themselves and fell down to the ground unconscious. The killing intent started to saturate the room so badly it was becoming unbearable. Until Sakura stepped up to Naruto to see what was going on. "Naruto, stop it," she said, as Naruto's eyes focused on her. But she couldn't see them though. "What the hell was that?" said Sasuke. "They were trying to cover you guys out by flushing you out with their own killing intent," said Naruto. "So I thought I'd just return back the favor." Sasuke turned back towards the room as he saw many of them unconscious. He growled angrily towards Naruto. "What's with that look?" said Naruto. "You've been doing some secret training behind my back, haven't you?" "Oh, no," said Naruto, "it's not just killing intent. Well, it's basically a fear-inducing genjutsu. But it's potent my killing intent, so that is the reason." "Oh, you keyed onto their fear," said Sakura, "and use it with their killing intent." "Oh, I understand now," she said. "Pretty smart. But you look like you went a bit overboard. I mean, look at them." As Sakura saw some of them were still fearful. "I guess I did," said Naruto. "But I just want to make sure that they knew we're not someone to mess with," he said. "Huh, you guys are here as well, huh?" to the boys. As they turned as team, 8 walked in the room. As Kiba looked towards Sasuke, Sakura, and then he looked confused. "Hey, Sasuke, who is this guy?" As Sasuke blinked in confusion. "What the hell are you talking about, mutt? It's Naruto." "Naruto?" said Kiba. "Oh, yeah, I remember you now. You were in the academy, right?" As Naruto nodded. "Huh, you hardly talk, I hardly remember you," said Kiba. "Well, I guess that if you're here for a reason. But make sure you guys don't drag our class name down to the ground. I mean, we did graduate at the same time." "You're a lot talkative than usual, mutt, considering that Team 7 is the best Genin team throughout this year." "What?" said Kiba. "You weren't listening when Kurenai Sensei was talking about this year team status as usual. And I asked her about the team status, and she clearly said that Team 7 has a record for number 1. "She did," said Kiba, as he looked towards Hinata, who shyly nodded. "Well, that's just a fluke, and it's not like he's gonna stay that way." Sasuke kind of voice squeal as something rushed past Naruto. Sasuke scowled as she jumped on his back. "It's been a long while," said Ino with a big smile on her face. "Hey, Ino pig, get out of my teammate," said Sakura, as Ino simply stuck her tongue out at her. "Man, you guys are here as well? Such a drag," said Shikamaru as he entered the room. "Thought I would just have to go up against people I don't know. But you know I have to go up against you guys. This is gonna be a drag." "Well, if it's something that we can all work together on, I'm sure that we can work together," said Choji, as he munched on his chips. "You guys should really quiet down. Given the show that you just put on, people are now intensely focusing on you." "Huh? What show?" said Kiba. "Oh, you weren't here yet. Well, your friend there put on quite a show." "Who, Naruto?" Kiba said. "What's going on?" "Well, it doesn't matter now. Look." As Kiba noticed everyone's looking at them, as Ino got afraid and got off Sasuke. "Man, this is such a drag. Just arriving and yet, we already have all the attention. What the hell happened, Shikamaru?" "Well, you guys should quiet down." "And who the hell are you to tell us to quiet down?" asked Kiba as he turned towards the man that was standing there. "Oh, sorry about that. The name is Kabuto Yakushi. Given that I've done these exams 7 times before, I believe it's my right as a veteran to help my fellow Konoha Shinobi." "Why have you done this 7 times before?" asked Naruto. Ino narrowed her eyes towards the boy that just spoke. Everyone was keep on saying that he was in their class, but she doesn't remember him at all. Not to mention, even though she couldn't see his eyes, his face looked quite handsome. And he also seemed cool and nice. "Well, the exams are really hard," said Kabuto. "Is that so?" said Naruto, as Kabuto nodded. "Now, if you would like my help," as he went on to explain to the team. Naruto didn't know who this guy was, but he was lying. When he said the exams are too hard, his heart increased. Just the slightest, he was lying. He could keep himself calm though, but he was lying right to their face. He had no idea who this guy is, or why would he lie to them, but for some reason Naruto did not trust him. Meanwhile, hey, Sakura. So that's Naruto, huh? Yeah, I've told you about him before. You still don't remember him. I don't have the fondest idea, said Sakura. Well, he didn't talk up much in the class, so I doubt that you remember him. He's quite handsome. You can't even see his face fully. Well, I don't have to see everything. Just look at his cheeks going up. Not to mention those cute little whisker marks. Wait. I remember him now. Yeah. He also tried to talk to me once. Huh? Really? Yeah, but I can't remember about what. Perhaps he was just asking me a question. Oh yeah, I remember now. But I was really pissed off that day. About what, Sakura asked. I can't remember. But I was frowning the entire day. But the next moment I looked back, he was gone. And I never saw him since. So, you and him are friends, huh? Yeah. Where's this going, Ino Pig? Well, you seem like you've released your crush on Sasuke lately. What? Well, it don't seem like you've done anything to improve your relationship. And you're on the same team. I mean, if I was on the same team with him. We're on the same team, yes. But first, we're gonna become friends. What are you talking about? You're gonna fail. What? Ino said. Keep on jumping on Sasuke like that. He doesn't like that. But it's not me to tell you what to do. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Forehead. You're saying that because you want me to fail, don't you? And why exactly would I want you to succeed, said Sakura. As Ino gritted her teeth. You just watch it, Forehead. Or I might even take your other teammate away from you. Naruto wouldn't be interested in you. You're too loud, flashy, and not to mention annoying. You wanna bet? I'll have him wrapped around my finger by the end of the day. Go ahead. Try your best, said Sakura. Alright, you just watch. As Ino made her way over, as she stood right in front of him. Hello there. I know that we were both in the academy, but I never got to talk to you that much. So let me reintroduce myself. Ino Yamanakashi said she extended her hand. Nothing happened for a few seconds, until he extended his hand. Naruto Uzumaki said, as he shook her hand. Nice to meet you, Naruto Uzumaki. If you don't mind, I would like to get to know you. I mean, we are fellow Konoha shinobis. Well, I don't see a problem there, said Naruto. Okay then, Naruto Uzumaki. So, sorry, said Naruto. I'll have to talk to you later. As he walked off without saying another word, Ino was stunned. Did he just blow her off? After agreeing with her? No. As she watched as he walked over to Sakura, her eyes started to twitch. She couldn't let Forehead get one up on her. She had to do something about this. Before she could reach though, there was a poof. Alright, you maggots, Ibiki said. It's time for the first phase of Chunin exams to begin. Time skip. As Naruto sat down with his paper in front of him, these questions were incredibly difficult. He knew them, yes, but they were not standard for a normal genin who just graduated from the academy. You had to be a Chunin or probably older, but lucky for him, not being good at ninjutsu or taijutsu or genjutsu, studying books was his only thing to focus on. He became quite smart, so he could answer these without a problem. But he noticed everyone else was cheating as he waited as he was finished. By the time the 10th question came, it was rather obvious that the man could not fail them to become Chunins, especially those who were not from this village. But they didn't seem to know that. Team 7 was not going to give up though. Alright, you all passed, he said after a number of them had left. The murmurs went around as Naruto looked around. They really didn't see that point. IT department, huh? This man was rather manipulative. Well, you had to be that way if you were going to scare your victim into revealing secretive information that you should not. IT department. Well, just a shorter reward for interrogation and torturing. As Naruto looked towards the girl that was beside him, it was a Hyuga. As she flicked her hair behind her ears, as he saw the vein on her neck. As Naruto reached down, as he activated a seal that was right on his stomach, right over the seal where the cable was sealed inside of. Once he did that, red markings spread across his stomach as the containment of blood flew into his system. As he felt his body re-energize, once again he could feel the boost, the rush. It just made him feel so much more powerful. The more he drank, the stronger he gets. But he was limiting himself because he had tried to chug it once and he almost lost control. He remembered that night in Konoha, when that woman was walking on the street. He almost did something unthinkable, and he didn't ever want to think about that ever again. It was then that something broke through the window. All rise for your second proctor's the voice. Time skip. As Naruto stood out in the open field, as all of them were there to take part in the second phase of the exam, the forest of death. The forest was crawling with animals. He has been here once or twice before, but he could no longer sustain himself on the animal diet. He had to go for something much warmer. The woman known as Uncle Minarashi went on to explain the rules. He knew about this woman as well. Former student of Orochimaru, who was never seen the same after he betrayed the village. People calling her a snake whore. And talking behind her back, friends becoming enemy. But yet she went through it with a smile on her face. He didn't know how she did. After all, his solution was to stick in the background and just be quiet. Hey Naruto, as he was snapped from his thoughts. Let's go. As both him and Sasuke and Sakura made their way, as they collect their scrolls, Sasuke took it as he placed it inside his pouch. As they were then placed in front of their gates, after signing the waiver, the bell then went off as they all went inside. A few minutes later, as Team 7 was making their way through the forest, every time they walk, they heard a sound, the animals moving in the background. As Naruto could feel a lot of eyes on them, none of them exactly humans, snakes and different kinds of animals, glaring at them, but none of them exactly came in to attack them. They were just moving around. This was their home. They were the ones intruding after all. As Naruto and his team kept on moving, we should try to find a scroll as quickly as possible and then head towards the tower, said Sasuke. Yes, but the teams have already been spread out. I doubt they're just gonna make it that easy for us to find them. Perhaps traps are already set all around, said Sakura as she looked around. Yeah, but we still have to get a scroll, said Sasuke. We can't fail this part of the test. As Sasuke then turned as he noticed Naruto had his eyes closed. Hey, what are you doing, sleeping? Of course not, said Naruto. There's a team, a few yards up ahead. They're just stuck in one place. Perhaps they're setting a trap, to lure someone by, then to attack them. And how the hell do you know that, Sasuke asked, as Naruto tapped his ear. Yeah, forget about that, Sasuke said. What should we do, Sakura asked. I got a plan, said Naruto. Time skip. A grass team was currently on the ground. They had already set their trap perfectly. The place looked ordinary, but the moment that team passed, they would fall right into the trap, and they either surrender their scrolls or they die. The team felt someone approaching. Shh, someone's coming, leader said, as they all went quiet. After a moment or two, they saw a guy walked out. He looked to be in his late 30s. He had a rather smug look on his face. He was dragging something. He was dragging the headless corpse of a ninja. The team was surprised as he was dragging the corpse by its foot, as he was just pulling it along before he sat. As he pulled out a kunai and then he mutilated the corpse. The team inside had no idea what was going on, but this scene in front of them, they started to turn green. It was then that he snapped his eyes towards the bushes. I see you, he said. They all jumped out. Ready to be my next victim, he asked. They pulled their kunais and launched it as it impaled him. As he laughed. What the hell? How is he still standing? You can't kill. Well, he's already dead. As he rushed towards them, their whole world went black. The three of them collapsed on the ground after being knocked in the back of the neck by Team 7. They didn't even think 1 second that it was a genjutsu. "You're getting quite amazing, Sakura," said Naruto. Sakura blushed a bit at the praise. "Thanks, Naruto," she said, as she glanced towards Sasuke. It was good," Sasuke said, as she blushed even more at that. "Alright, we should check for their scrolls." As he started to roam through their pouches, until Sasuke pulled a scroll. It was an Earth scroll, the one that they needed. "Easier than I thought," he said, as he stored it away. "Let's get the hell out of here." The team started to move once again, until Naruto heard movements. They came to a stop as someone landed right in front of them. My. So fast. I mean, the exam just begun. It was a single, grass kunoichi. As Sakura narrowed her eyes towards their foes that he just took down. "I guess you're here for revenge," she said. "Revenge? Oh, you had me all mistaken. I don't care about those fools. I'm here for you." The way she said that and the way she was looking at Sasuke sent a shiver down his spine. "Now how about you die?" As the grass ninja reached up and peeled her eyelid down, a dose of killing intent that was so vicious slammed into the team. Sakura's knees buckled as she dropped down. As she couldn't understand what this was, she felt herself being attacked and killed. Sasuke trembled as he dropped towards his hands, as he couldn't even look up. The grass couldn't reach in her eyes when she saw that boy standing there. That was rather shocking. He stood there without no trembling, no fear. It was then that she felt it. Sakura and Sasuke breathed a sigh of relief when the killing intent left up off of them. The grass ninja watched as she released more, as it clashed against the boys. She was now intrigued more than ever. Before she finally released it, "I must say, I'm surprised that you were able to withstand that." Well, it won't matter shortly, as Naruto heard a hiss. He grabbed Sasuke and Sakura and tossed them forward, as a snake came crashing down on him, the thing swallowing whole. Naruto Sakura screamed out, but the snake already ripped through several trees and made its way up towards the grass kunoichi, hovering behind her. Sasuke's eyes shifted instantly into his two-totem Sharingan. "What have you done?" he said, as he clenched his kunai that was in his hand. "Oh, your friend? Why don't we see if he will survive being digested?" Sakura instantly activated genjutsu. The grass kunoichi looked around, as she chuckled. Amusing. The genjutsu world cracked and broke, as she caught a kunai that was coming towards her, as she threw it back towards Sasuke, who dodged it. "Your little tricks won't work on me." The snake behind her started to ride and twist. The woman turned her head. Suddenly, boom! It happened so quickly it was unexpected. The whole snake exploded. Blood and gore flashed everywhere. There was no time for it to be summoned, it just exploded. A violent output. As the tree that the grass kunoichi was on was obliterated, Sasuke and Sakura jumped away as blood splattered everywhere. The grass kunoichi looked down. Who the hell is this boy? As he stood there, he was completely unblemished. Whatever he did, he expanded the snake for the explosion to go outwards instead of harming him. There was not even a drop of blood on him. She could not see his eyes. Interesting. It seems like she could have more than one. She dashed down towards him, slippering so fast, it was like she was a blur. As she flashed around him. "You're quite interesting, I must say. How do you manage to explode my little pet like that? I really want to know." Before she could say another word, a red chain shot from his back and impaled right through her chest. The grass kunoichi looked down. It didn't pierce her heart, but it went right through the center of her chest. That was fast. As Naruto's eyes narrowed, there's only a few persons in this world that has control over snakes. I'm surprised you're here in these exams, considering that you're already Sonian level, Orochimaru. The grass can reach a blink. Not just fast or strong, but incredibly smart. And Maya asks, who exactly are you? Well, that's good for me, isn't it? For me to know who you are and you don't know who I am. I guess I have the advantage. Might. But considering you just revealed my name, then you must know who I am and what I can do to you and your friends. Touch them, and you won't believe in you're alive. Now that's quite amusing for a mere genin to be telling me this. Fire style. As Naruto flashed away, Fireball Jutsu. The entire tree was obliterated by the fireball that Sasuke launched. Who the hell is that, Sasuke asked. You got her, didn't you? That's one of the legendary Sanins, Orochimaru. Wait, what? Sakura said. But what is he doing here? Isn't he an enemy of Konoha? Yes. As Orochimaru stepped out of the fire, ripping the face that he was wearing off. As he licked his lips, I must say, I came here for you, Sasuke-kun. But now, you, whoever you are, you've caught my interest. And I must know more about you. Let's see if you can hack it, shall we? In an instant, Orochimaru stood in front of the three of them, his menacing gold eyes looking down towards them. The area warped as Orochimaru chuckled as he broke the genjutsu. But the moment he did, three explosive tags were waiting on him. Boom! They went off in a massive explosion. Orochimaru flashed behind the group, not fast enough. Bam! Sakura was sent sailing as she crashed through a tree. Sasuke spun around, but his hand was grabbed as he was yanked forward. Orochimaru slammed a fist into his gut as he dropped down to his knees. Orochimaru twisted his foot through the air as he brought it down on Naruto's shoulder. But Naruto tanked it. The ground cracked under the weight. Orochimaru was quite surprised when he felt something rip into his flesh. It felt like tiny holes were being pierced into him. He jumped back as he looked towards his arm. What the hell? He said. As Orochimaru felt his arm being taken over, something was coursing through his veins. Orochimaru flared his chakra. As the chakra was burning bright, it went in his system. As he could feel the muscles in his hands seizing up. But as he ignited it with fire chakra, it stopped. Whatever it was, he burned it out of his system before it was too late. A few more seconds, and it would have been done for. He tried to move his fingers, but he could not. They were already caught. The blood circulation in his fingers. The blood was not reaching them. What did you just do? Orochimaru asked. As he turned as a knee slammed into his face. As Naruto gripped the side of his head with both of his hands and crushed his knee into his nose. As Naruto came down with it. Boom! He slammed his head right to the nearest tree bark. Orochimaru's tongue extended and wrapped around Naruto's stomach and tossed him as he broke through several trees. As Naruto reached out and gripped the tongue, before he yanked it, Orochimaru was alarmed when he was picked off the ground and sent sailing right towards the boy. Orochimaru watched with interest as blood seeped from his fingers and turned into bullets. Bam! It shot right through his shoulder, cleaning a hole right through it. Orochimaru retracted his tongue as he landed and brought his leg up. It smacked against Naruto's hand, but the force knocked Naruto away. Orochimaru reached and grabbed him by the face and lifted him up off the ground. It was then that a chain erupted from Naruto's stomach. The red chain coming to pierce Orochimaru through the chest. Orochimaru twists as he brought Naruto down. But before he could slam him into the ground, 3 kunais were aimed towards his skull. As he dodged them, he cursed when Naruto broke free and the kunais exploded, blowing him away as his head slammed down to the earth. Orochimaru cursed as he slowly picked himself up. He was so focused on the brat he didn't notice a genjutsu. as he glanced towards that girl, who glared back at him. As Sakura, despite being afraid she couldn't run, she had to protect her teammates. He looked towards Sasuke with his Sharingan activated, who was looking at him. "I won't let you hurt them," said Naruto. "You won't? Well, I won't if you tell me what did you just do. Because I've seen something like that in the past before, and I must say, it's not a delightful memory to me." "What?" said Naruto. Orochimaru then noticed the veins. The red veins going towards his eyes that were pulsating. "No, it can't be." He flashed two hands out of his one hand. Wind style, Gear Palm. A massive gust that blew Naruto's hair back. Orochimaru stepped back in fear and shock. Sweat filling his brow as he saw those eyes. Past memories came back to him. They flooded in as fear crept into Orochimaru's heart as he remembered that day. Scream of pain and agony came from Orochimaru's throat that day. A pain that he never thought he could ever experience. "No, no, no," he said as he backed away in fear, looking towards Naruto's eyes. "No!" As his fear turned to rage, he shot forward. His speed had tripled as Naruto was caught off guard. Bam! Naruto crashed to a tree. He picked himself up though as he pulled out his blade. Orochimaru pulled the Kusanagi as their blades clashed. Sparks going everywhere. Orochimaru twists as he brought the blade down, going in for the kill. As Naruto tilted his body just to the side, the blade stabbing the ground. Sasuke launched a barrage of kunais and shurikens as they came crashing down. Orochimaru moved as the area in front of him turned to swamp. But he dispelled the genjutsu as he glared and picked up a kunai and tossed it right towards Sakura. Sasuke jumped in the way and blocked it as he blew out a stream of fire towards Orochimaru, who leaped back. Annoyed, he shot forward as he arrived behind Sasuke. Sasuke ducked as he dropped right towards his stomach. Orochimaru saw Naruto pointing the blade at him before extending out of nowhere. It was only his trained instinct that allowed him to dodge, with a slight graze right on his shoulder. As Naruto then whipped the blade around, Orochimaru flipped over it. Some of his hair getting sliced off as Naruto brought the blade up, but he simply tilted his body as he maneuvered like a snake, getting out of the way. Orochimaru then calmed himself. "I got worked up. It won't happen again," he said, more apologizing to himself than them. But this is quite the turn of events. As he kept himself calm even though his gaze towards Naruto, especially his eyes, were a bit fearful, remembering his own past with those eyes. "Tell me, boy, would you perhaps be a relative of Natsu Uzumaki?" Orochimaru saw Naruto twitch slightly. "So I am correct," he said, as he licked his lips. Orochimaru then felt it. That woman was coming. She would definitely try to interrupt his plans. Orochimaru dropped his restraints, and that meant he dropped everything. He was holding back for now, and he dropped it all. The full weight of a Sannin came dropping down towards them. A distance away, Anko felt it. What the hell? As she jumped from tree branch to tree branch, increasing her speed. So she was right, he was here. But what the hell was going on? He was exerting himself to the fullest. What the hell was going on? She quickly made her way to find what the hell the snake was doing back. She had to find him, and quickly. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want the next person to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Broken by the people that he loved, and enjoy that, guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, I'm over for now. See you guys soon. Peace.